address. So I called the hotel this morning.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you checked in yesterday. I was like, no.
Nah.
I'm in Houston.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, call hotels.com right now. And so I called hotels.com. The lady at hotels.com, it took a second for her to realize, because she goes, you booked this last February. I was like, I didn't even have a girl last February. I don't have a girl now.
Right.
And I don't have a hotels.com account. Like, I need you to just stop all this.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you set it up with like your virtual hotels.com tag. I was like, I don't have any of that.
I don't have an
She goes,
account.
okay, we're going to close that out. Then the hotel called me back, and the lady's like, hey, I'm on my cell phone. Like, I'm at the hotel, whatever, the suite, the bungalow, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'm in Houston. They're like, well, he's in here, and he says he's you, and he's you as well. I was like, okay. She goes, but he doesn't have any ID. So I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, she goes, well, do me a favor. I need you to email me your ID. I was like,
Bum, bum, ba-dum,
yeah, no, I'm not going to email you.
That.
I said, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, this could be a whole hotels.com scamming
That
Sacramento
could be.
thing. I have no idea what's
Like
happening.
Sneaky Pete.
But shouts out to Devon Douglas. Man, I hope you had a good Valentine's Day, man. Like,
He had
I
a
know-
bungalow and
I
a
know
suite.
it's awkward.
My nigga.
It's probably awkward now, unless you and your girl was scamming together, or you and your dude. I don't know how it is, but whatever it is, if you and your significant other was scamming together, shouts out to y'all. Y'all had a nice night.
Hey.
Hopefully, not on my dime, just on my email account.
That's true.
Your hotels.com account was canceled, so find somebody else. My
Scam.
brother's over there. He ain't got no email address. You can look up his email address right now if you want. I'm
How?
just throwing you out there. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, well, okay, just throwing out.
What do you mean? How? We can find anything on anybody. At this point now,
I do a pretty damn good job of hiding a lot of shit.
at this point now,
Google
you
me.
can find everything on everybody.
Can't find
Any
a lot
kind
of
of
shit
way.
on me.
Any kind of way. You can't find nothing on you because there ain't nothing to talk about.
That's true. Nothing to talk about. Let's keep
So
it that
yeah,
way.
yeah. Shouts out to them that Valentine's Day. You know, hopefully they had a good one. How was yours?
I did nothing. I slept a lot.
Like, that's sad that the doppelganger Devon had a better Valentine's Day
Yeah.
than the real Devon and his brother.
He might not look like you though,
but he
might-
has my name.
He has your name.
He got my name out
He
there.
stole your name. It's scamming his life.
Scamming.
They're scamming America.
Scamming
What's that?
on Valentine's Day.
That one company that's the CIA and all of them is like, yo, we shouldn't mess with them. Hawaii. Yeah, I'm like scamming his life, bro. Like
When the government comes out and is like, hey, man,
we've been scammed.
I can't really verify your cell phone. Like,
Yeah.
they probably listening. Like, is that Hawaii?
Yeah.
Man, please, Samsung, don't get caught scamming because I use y'all stuff. Like, if you use Samsung and iPhone, if y'all go out, I got to go pure iPhone. So,
iPhone's probably been scammed too.
iPhone was definitely scammed.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. You know.
Future is bleak. Or is it black and ugly as ever? However, I stay Houston down to my socks. It's your host, Avery, like a very nice guy, or Carlton Banks, Carlton with a K, B-A-N triple X, Carlton with a K, B-A-N triple X. I'm one of your hosts here at the In My Humble Opinion podcast, along with the co-host, Mr. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not Mr. It's just Devon.
Just Devon.
Boom. Just Devon.
Just
Boom.
Devon.
So, go ahead, say stuff about yourself.
I'm just Devon. I write sometimes. I'm on this podcast. I'm half this podcast. I'm
He
1/6 of
that's-
the VRC. We trying to get the VRC started back.
Yay.
up. Floss, shouts out to Floss.
Shouts out to Floss.
Yeah, Floss is ready.
Yeah.
We just got to get, David say he ready. You know
David's
what I'm saying?
ready.
We're going to get Ryan back on board.
Ryan's
Yeah,
back on board. If y'all need somebody to fill in on VRC, once again, I throw my name
At Carlton Banks.
in the hat. Yeah, so once again, yeah, it's just Devon, and we have a special guest with us today. We can all agree, all right, when it comes to schooling, not a lot has changed since our parents. There needs to be different things that changed in order to incite people to learn. My brother's a teacher, just Devon, that guy over there. He tells me stuff about, teaching. Positive things, some things that need to be changed. We have somebody who did something about it, who want to change things about it. Specifically with a few nonprofits. One of them, Legends Do Live, a Houston-based nonprofit organization comprised of millennials focusing on equipping and funding disadvantaged youth and communities through workshop programs and community engagement. Long story short, basically, they're helping out the Utes. The youths of the world. All right. They have certain things like one thing that interested me was Senior Fest, which has empowerment forums, also a all-star basketball game and a concert, just to name a few things. They've given over $60,000 in scholarships in the past 3 years. That's a lot of money. Like, you don't make that in a year. All right. Also,
Oh man,
not just him. Him, alongside with his partner Douglas Johnson, have started this, and also Reading with a Rapper.
Yep.
I have the shirt on. That's what the shirt says.
you're pointing the wrong direction, man. It's a reverse. It's a reverse. Point to where you think you want to point to, and then do it opposite.
Yeah, I like you. See, that's why he's the guy. That's just Devon right there. Boom. All right, so it's an 8-week course encompassing standard ELA metrics, including figurative language and sentence structure. All right, basically, long story short, it's when you bring culture to the classroom. All right, sometimes I don't want to read Shakespeare. I didn't understand Shakespeare until I was like 28, but I understand Nipsey Hussle. All right, so he has a lot of things going on for him. He has an upcoming event this year. I'm sorry, upcoming event actually this February 29th. What is that? This is My History. That has to do with the things that we wear on our feet. The big piece of the culture, shoes. Like golly, tennis shoes. Also, going back to Reading with a Rapper. I'm sorry. Here's some of the people that we had on Reading with a Rapper. Maxo Kream was there for that one. Young Deji. AJ McQueen, who's actually in the studio with us off camera. DeLorean, what's up? That's one of my favorites. Killer Calleon, I follow him. Meek Mill, come on, man. Meek Mill and Luther King, come on, man. All right.
Meek Mill and Luther King.
Rocky
Black History Month.
Rocky Banks, Tim Woods, Buddy Rowe, yes. Propane, of course. Like, also, he's a PV alum.
Yep.
A Hightower grad,
Yep.
straight out of Mo City.
Yep.
We're out of Sugar Land. It's a Fort Bend connection. Yeah, it's a Fort Bend connection.
Just cross Cartwright.
Just cross Cartwright. Yeah, Cartwright. All right, Mr. Legendary, because he do way too damn much.
I do a lot.
Jarren. I'm sorry. Whew, said it wrong.
With
What
Gerard,
happens?
you tried to put a little spice on it.
I did.
Jarren.
I tried to put some taco spice on it.
Yep.
Jarren Small, ladies and
Yep.
gentlemen. Jarren Small. Yay!
Usually we got the claps.
Yeah, it's all good,
We
man.
come in hot.
Look, today was a day.
I will say this though, and you were talking about, because I teach, and then we're talking about getting involved with culture in the classroom. I met you when we did the Reading with a Rapper with Maxo.
Yep.
And I'm going to, and it's just my honest thing, like they throw so much stuff at teachers all the time to incorporate in that classroom. And I gotta be honest with you, 90 to 99% of it is trash. Like they'd be like,
Damn.
"Oh, here, do this, do that."
90
like,
to 99.
And teachers be at the meetings, but like, "We're never gonna do this. We're never gonna do that." So I walked in there to cover it. This is for the press, kind of with the attitude. Like I'm like, I see the headphones, I see the da 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 da. I'm like, okay, whatever. We have my little cousin with us, who's taller than us, but
Yeah.
put the headphones on. First of all, I put the headphones on. Music's immediately playing. I was like, okay, this is cool. Walk inside. And sometimes when they incorporate music with kids, there's just nothing else beyond it. It's like, oh, we playing music.
Right.
Cool. 10 minutes in, like, all my cynicism kind of went away, because you're seeing students that this is on a weekend. This was on a weekend.
Yeah.
Chilling, like, and they are into it. Like, they jamming the music. Once the teacher got up there and started breaking down the sentence structure of Meg Thee Stallion lyrics, and people were raising their hand, trying to get in front of each other, like, go, no, me, you got it. I was like, dog, this is kind of cool. Like, I said, this is cool. Even I'm like, yo, this is. I said, all right, I like this.
Yeah.
So, shouts out to you for even coming up.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, I mean, like even how we came up with everything, it was kind of crazy. Like I had recently, I had recently quit my job at the top of like fall 2018.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, going into the spring,
What were you doing?
So I was working for the biggest real estate research company in the world. It's called CoStar Group.
Okay.
So they own LoopNet, Apartment Finder, Apartment.com.
Damn, they own everything.
Yeah, they own all that, right? So all the commercials you see with Lil Wayne doing apartment stuff,
Yeah.
that's the company I was working for.
Yeah, okay.
Because a lot of people don't know my background. I majored in mass communication and minor in marketing, so I was doing video production and stuff like that way before the nonprofit stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how the nonprofit stuff, we were interviewing our friends, showing people like they're legendary. Giving them
Okay.
unique
You know
stories.
what? We messed up our own structure. We got to go back.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we gotta go
let's
back
put
to
a
the
pin
room.
in that for people that are like, what's going to happen next? Keep listening. It's going to be at the end.
Okay.
So, so let's go all the way back. You're from
Okay.
Houston?
Yeah, I'm from Houston, Missouri City, but yeah, I'm from
Missouri City. Missouri.
Mo
It's
City.
Houston. It's
Mo City got his own mayor.
Oh,
its own
okay.
city council member.
Oh,
about
they
to say,
do.
yeah.
It's its own
They
city.
do have their
We're
own
from
city.
Sugarland.
Mo City.
It's the same thing.
So Sugarland has their
know.
own mayor too.
Yeah.
We do, but it's one of those things where if you're in Houston and you tell people, oh, you say I'm from Sugarland, I'm from Mo City,
That
I'm from
makes
whatever.
sense.
When you travel outside and you be like, where you
Nah,
from? You're like,
man.
I'm from Sugarland, I'm from
Nah,
Mo City. They'd be
people-
like, where?
Nah, I mean, like people like Travis have made it to it. Nah, I'm from Mo City.
Okay,
That's
I'm
true.
sorry.
Like-
y'all have rappers. Y'all have Zero and y'all have Travis.
Yeah, we got.
So that's the thing. Like people be
No,
like,
We got
No.
Olympic people.
No. So
Nobody.
No, so we got Tisa went to Wheeler Ridge.
Yeah.
Tisa
Kareem.
Kareem.
oh,
Yeah, TJ Ford.
okay,
Think about TJ Ford.
TJ
AMU,
Ford.
Wheeler Ridge.
Ooh.
yeah. No. I'm saying y'all have
People.
Y'all have entertainment people that come
Yes.
out of Mo
Yeah.
City. I'm talking about in comparison to Sugarland. I don't know if people
Oh,
really
they got
because
Simone Manuel.
Yeah, but we don't really throw out like there ain't
We
no
don't.
cool like you say Mo City Dawn. You don't
Everybody
be like,
has a house in Sugarland that you're not supposed to know about. Like
S land killer.
Yeah.
Like you can't say S land. Like what you gonna
SL 500.
SL 500.
SL 500.
That's what the thing
and
is.
there's I'm just coming up with shit. Highway 6. I'm the 6th guy.
SL.
That's
oh,
me.
Highway 6.
That's
Six
why I call
guy.
myself the 6th
Okay.
guy.
So
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So in a broader form, yeah, I'm from Houston.
Okay.
In a
So
broader form.
you're in Mo City.
Yeah.
What school you went to?
I went to E.A. Jones and Mo City Middle School, then High Tower High School.
All right. High Tide High
E.A.
School.
Jones.
Yeah.
Damn.
This before all the new stuff, not the
Yeah.
new,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
yeah.
E.A. Jones.
I know.
That's
Oh,
before
yeah,
they
yeah.
started adding stuff.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they like.
The
'cause
old
for a
Mo
while,
City too. Yeah.
yeah, they just started building the school.
Yeah, I
like,
went to the Mo
where
City.
fuck?
I went to the Mo City where they only had one hallway.
Oh my
Ah.
gosh.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
only go up. It's 2 floors. You only have one main hallway. That's it.
So
I remember that time.
Yeah.
you were in high school, and then I'm sorry, we already know what job you eventually wound up getting. I mean, what college did you go to?
I went to Prairie View University, the best.
the second best
no,
The Hill.
No, the
HBCU in Texas.
best. No, it's the best.
Have you been to Texas Southern University?
I mean, I have. I mean, y'all kind of going through some stuff right now. I mean,
I'm on your
We're
side.
always going
I'm
through
on your
stuff.
side. I didn't
Hey.
graduate, but
Hey.
I didn't go to
We're
And
all-
it's
school.
even worse.
we're all-
I was a student body president too, so it was even
There we go.
worse. I guess even like it's.
Mr. Legendary,
Yeah,
man.
That's cool. That's cool. So you
What'd you do
was
for
at
PV? You did a lot for PV, correct?
I guess you can say that. So like the Panther statue that's on campus, I
Mhm.
helped commission that in
Yes.
the new rec center that the
Yes.
kids, and then with the Panther Stadium.
Yes, because we had the baby dome
That-
and all that
that-
stuff, and then
That's a huge thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is
Because
big.
there's a point when
'Cause
going out to PV was
doesn't have their own stadium.
whoa.
Wait, TSU doesn't have what?
Football stadium. Football stadium?
Whoa.
Football-
Wait a minute.
Where do they play at though?
We are allowed.
BBVA?
Oh yeah, that's what they play at.
That's partially
not
ours.
their stadium.
That's partially
That's
ours.
partially ours?
That's partially ours.
That's
We're
BB
sharing.
Brandon
That's
John
BB.
color
We're
is
sharing.
orange.
We're sharing.
You know who plays there?
Contractually,
We
you
share.
have an
The
11
The Houston
you have-
Roughnecks play there.
You guys had an 11-year contractual agreement to have your games there. It's not yours.
We're sharing.
Stop.
We're sharing. We share with the Dynamo. Like
And-
that's
and
us.
3
He
other
went
teams.
to law school. He's a professional bullshitter. He knows how to talk his way out of anything.
We share.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
it.
okay, I'm
and
sorry.
the Roughnecks play at U of H.
They
In
do.
They
that
sure do.
massive stadium
They
that
sure
U of
do.
H
Then
built.
the Dynamo.
Yeah.
Another team I don't care about. Anyway,
the Dynamo.
They
you know.
win though.
They
do.
They do.
still don't care about them.
Houston is the king or queen or the master of winning sports. That you like. I be telling people, I was like, yo, we got rid of our WNBA team.
We just won too
at
much.
the height of their dynasty.
It was like
Right.
it was like 4 in
I
a
said,
row.
the height of their dynasty. They're like, yeah, y'all gotta go.
Don't
Yeah.
make sense.
It doesn't.
It's
It
like
doesn't.
4 in a row.
We're gonna talk about that kind of stuff that doesn't make sense. But okay, so at PV, PV, you brought all that stuff to PV and turned it from, because before it was a virtual field, and then y'all, put some stuff there.
Wow.
But that's cool. That's cool. PV people gonna get text me. But so after you graduate PV,
Yeah.
what was your major over there?
Mass communication and minor in marketing.
Mass communications, minor in marketing. Did you immediately go towards the real estate company?
So it was like a yes and no because I was working for the apartments.com part where if you go on apartments.com and see the videos of the apartments, I was probably shooting those pictures and those videos. Right? So of course that was when I was super like into the film stuff. I wanted to go to film school. I was doing music videos and all stuff like that. And naturally, I was doing that for like a year and some change. And it was cool money, but I think the taste of me being at PV and the position I was in, I got used to doing stuff on my own.
Yeah.
So it just didn't I didn't love that. I just knew it was something to do because I had to do it to survive. And that's the status quo they always give, people and kids. Go get a job, work there for 30, 40 years, get your 401k, retire, and then that's like life. And I watched my parents, and like my parents are together. They've been married for like 35 years. And I watched them like, bro, y'all not happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they're happy, but my dad was an All-American in basketball. He played at Cashmere. He just got honored. He's put in the Hall of Fame for Cashmere.
Mm-hmm.
And something like he was supposed to go play in the NBA. He was supposed to play with the Five Slammer Jammer.
Damn.
But yeah, he didn't want to cut his facial hair out. It was a whole bunch of just stuff. He was just telling me. So I knew like that wasn't something he always wanted to do because he worked in Fort Bend.
Yeah.
So I know he didn't want to like do that. He wanted to play basketball.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, man, how and I got a taste, and being at it and going to HBCU, I got a taste of when you get involved and active and stuff, life changes.
Yeah.
So like when I got there as a freshman, I was a freshman. I went to class, went to parties, and went back to my room. That was it. But then I realized, I'm like, yo, this ain't free.
I know the nigga looked at me.
I'm sorry, I had to look over at him.
Because that's what I did.
He's a PV.
Hey,
did we call you alum?
Am I alum? I didn't graduate.
He did the same thing you did. He went to, not the class part.
Yeah.
He went to parties.
Terrible Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Freaky Friday.
Came right
Williams
back.
Chicken.
So realizing coming from that because I almost didn't even get into college because I was struggling with my standardized test. Like
What?
Math.
Okay.
Yeah. So math was like a huge issue for me. So I literally at that time you can only take the TOS test like 4 times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me to the very 4th time I passed the test by 1 point.
Really?
Damn,
Literally
man.
by 1 point. So I went from a kid that couldn't get into school to running one.
That's dope.
That's 100.
No, that's super dope.
Yeah. So
because the other thing too is it makes you look at where are we failing students? Because look, trust me, we run across each other. You're very intelligent, and I would never have come to the conclusion that this is a guy that was having trouble in school trying to pass the TOS test.
Yeah.
And you'll see people like, if you have problems passing the TOS test, you just don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Like that. That's the low standard.
And then I learned over time is sometimes it's not the test.
Yes.
Some people are just not good test takers.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean they're not good students. They're just not good test takers. Then even teachers are required to take that test beforehand, I think.
Man, I started teaching after the TOS stuff.
What I'm saying, even with STAR, like, if it's hard for a teacher to do it,
yes.
What makes you think
Yeah.
a kid is going to pass this test?
Absolutely.
And then if this is supposed to be the all-be-all for us, why are you not just prepping us for the test the whole year?
Absolutely.
Man.
What you do find is you get people that are trying to. I feel like those tests just make people start prepping for the test, and you get away from actually teaching anything.
People, exactly.
Like, you get a lot of teachers that get away from completely teaching anything because it's like,
You're just trying to prepare.
I'm just trying to prepare for this. I mean, like, you'll be like, there have been something. I've taught history before, and they were like, I think I taught my class a bunch of stuff about the Native Americans. There were like 9 Native American tribes, like the first year I did it. I was like, y'all gonna learn about all the tribes, and I thought it was dope. We showing videos and stuff like that. Then we get to like the test, and they were like, no, we only talk about 3 of them. I was like, yeah, we only talk about them 3. I'm like, duh. Why didn't you?
It's a setup.
So it is a complete setup. But go ahead, continue.
And then, so I played basketball there. I played with DJ Augustine.
Okay.
Really?
So I was on the track team. I was in cross country. I played basketball there. Actually, it's a funny story. So OG Chase B, Travis Scott's DJ, he won state in track because he went to High Tower.
Yeah.
Like he was like really good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so we all went to school together. We was in the same media academy together. So we were in zone there. So we had to apply. I was on the Marshall.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, nah, Playboy.
I can understand.
My dad opened up High Tower. He was like one of the people that kind of mentioned, like,
really?
nah, you coming over here. So
that's what's good. Man.
Yeah, so I applied to get in there through the academy. So I'm doing like my regular courses plus the academy stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why
Dang, that was at the time where you did have to apply over there.
So I had to apply.
Yeah.
So I did all that. playing basketball. This is when Coach Wise was there before he left.
Wow.
So he recruited us. That was the way he was recruiting us.
Okay.
You can still hoop to this day.
Probably. I kind of get AJ get busy too though.
I'm sure AJ do get busy.
He jailhouse hoop though.
Oh yeah.
But
Elbows, throw them bows.
So nonetheless,
Yeah.
after Katrina, DJ came.
Okay.
In just the context of what was getting ready to happen before, like Coach Wise left and all stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have never left, I really want people to understand what would have really happened. We would have been like the Oak Hill of like Houston.
Yeah.
Nick Wise would have still been there. Lenny Smith was just leaving. His brother was there. Tommy Griffin was coming.
God, dog.
Yeah, so then you got to think, but
Okay.
we were coming. We'd end up still getting DJ on top of that.
Yeah.
Bro,
Y'all have been on top.
Yeah, so when Nick played at Kingwood with Singletary,
Yeah.
John would have came to Hightower because he only went where Nick. I'm telling you, like, it was they were orchestrating.
Yeah.
So there was a whole plan together.
Yeah, and then when he left, would go eventually go to Yates. That's
Yeah.
how kind of everything separated.
Yeah.
But
so-
and then Yates was
What
Yeah,
it is
Yates,
now. They just made
yeah.
history. They just had like the second, and like another 100-point game.
Yeah.
That's the history. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, all that happened. But the test, of course, when you can't pass Tausha at the time in the UIL and clearinghouse, your scholarships go away.
Yep, done.
So I lost.
Damn,
anything
your
I
basketball
had.
scholarship?
Yeah, because I couldn't, pass the test.
Oh, wow.
So I ended up passing the test, and I got an offer to Southern, right? So I was like, oh, I'm about to go to Southern. Got to Southern. This is after Katrina still. We get there. My mom was like, she's asking questions because we drove about 4, 5, 6 hours to get there. She was like, so, where's the class? Because they supposed to have my classes ready for me. They didn't have them ready for me. So I was like, it's like a strike. I'm like, I can get around that. That's cool. They had built new dorms. I'm like, bet. Cool, at least we get new dorms. But I walk in, it's like, wait a minute. My bed right here, your bed is like really right here. I can literally do this and like touch you. I'm just like, whoa, all right, that's kind of weird. Then the bathroom was like, you open the door, and it's like 4 other doors. So I'm like, wait, 8 of us share this one bathroom. I'm like,
Nah, fam.
oh, man, I don't know.
I thought that was the HBCU.
So that was strike 2, right?
Go ahead, keep going,
strike
keep going,
2.
keep going, keep
Strike
going.
3, they was like, my mom was like, in the event of something like Katrina happening again, like, what's the plan?
Oh.
Right? And at that time,
The government don't even have a plan.
At that time, they didn't really have a clear answer. So she was like, no, we got to go.
Yeah.
So my mom's side of the family, they all went to Prairie View. I was trying to get away. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
be here. I'm trying to get away, yada, yada. But she's like, no, I already enrolled you. You good.
So Katrina got you into
Yeah.
PV.
So
It was
PV
like,
was
what's
not
the
an
plan?
option. I didn't want to
Okay.
go there. It was not on my radar. You heard all the stereotypes. Oh, it's the A capital and all the stuff like that. And of course, I didn't, not
Yeah.
knowing you gonna believe it if you let you
Absolutely.
go. Get there, my dorm room. First off, PV probably had some of the best freshman dorms.
Bruh, I was in building 4-6, man.
I was 36.
See?
So
Bruh.
you walk
Man.
in, it's my space,
Yep.
bathroom in the middle, and then the other
Whole
person. So
nother
you don't
space.
even see them.
No.
Really?
So each person shares. It's like an apartment. Each person
Yeah.
shares a bathroom.
I went to Xavier. I went to Xavier.
See, that's where my girlfriend went. She went to Xavier.
Same mics. It was not.
Yeah.
You know what? Every
No,
time I've
Super
gone,
Loyal, I'm sorry.
every time I've gone back, they've gotten a lot better.
That's good.
St. Mike still ain't, but
So-
shouts out the boys in the mics. Enjoy. But
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, all that happened. Got to PV. Like I said, I was a freshman. Then I realized I'm like, yo, God gave me a chance to do something different. So I did it, and I got involved with SGA slowly. I was a senator over.
Really?
So I was a senator over athletics.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I became a senator over communications because that's Hilliard Hall was like my
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
building. But coming from Hightower and the academy, we were far ahead than Hilliard was.
Oh, I can imagine.
So I'm over here like I know more than juniors and seniors because that's the whole point
yeah.
of the academy.
Hightower's
Yeah.
a great school.
So I was just like, yo, y'all are behind. What are y'all doing? So I end up like getting computers put in the into Hilliard for us to start using and stuff like that.
Oh.
Legendary.
And then the next year I ran for president, my junior year, and I won.
okay.
That's why he's Mr. Legendary.
Mr.
man.
Legendary.
Yeah.
So did you already have in your mind that you wanted? Were you at least thinking like, yeah, I want to do something that involves education or community or giving back at this time?
Yes and no. Again, there was a kid. His name is Jamin Ashley at PV. He's like, man, he called me Mr. Legendary. That's what started everything. And I went back to my homeboys that I started the company with, Doug and Julius. Doug is from Brooklyn, Julius from Chicago. We all met at PV.
Okay.
And I was like, bro, we should put a picture of Martin Luther King on a shirt and put Legendary on it and give it to people because people love free stuff in college because we ain't got no money.
Sure.
And they was like, yeah, but everybody already knows that he's legendary. I'm just like, yeah. And then my homeboy Doug was like, what about the people that they don't know that they should know? And I was like, oh, That's why like the light bulb went off. I'm like, let's start
Okay.
interviewing our friends that are doing legendary stuff to show people like you don't have to be famous to be legendary. You don't have to die to be legendary. You can
That's
start
true.
there like right now. You can be 13 years old and do something immaculate for your family and be legendary.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And so we started interviewing our friends on campus. Then we started kind of like venturing out. Then we interviewed Ronald Green here in Houston. Because I had my summer of me becoming the president, I interned for the city.
Yeah.
For Anise Parker.
Yeah.
For HTV. So I was working in the municipal channel stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was just linked in with all that. So I got cool with her and cool with Ron because at the time he was the controller still. And cool, I interviewed him and then at his office, then boom, we had homecoming one day and we had like no money, but we were shooting all the videos for homecoming, the commercials. So when we released them, man, like the Dallas, I forgot what's that? What's that, the Cotton Bowl? I don't know. Whatever.
I
we
know
play
what you
Grambling
mean.
in Dallas every year. But they released the commercials. We were shooting those. So that's how I was
That's
making
nice.
money in school because I was a vendor for the universities at the same time.
Oh.
So, yeah, like I was getting bread. Yeah, I was winning. Because a lot of people don't know when you're the SJ president, you get paid. Like, so they paid for so that 1 year, my housing was paid for, my meal plan was paid for. I got paid every 2 weeks.
Really?
I had an office. All the school trips I go on for free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like a strategic thing for me to win because it helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Because my parents are coming out of pocket for
That
stuff.
meal plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
bruh.
That meal plan is really what it.
Yeah,
That's what they be hitting.
that
your
meal
pocket.
plan, they hit your pocket. And it's a
Yeah.
dope meal.
Yeah.
It's a dope meal plan. You got to.
So all that's happening, and we at homecoming, and we get a call from David Banner. He's
Wow.
like, yo, because we had pitched. So her name is Black Sugar. I don't know if y'all know Black Sugar.
Nah.
But she's here in Houston. She's a lot older than us, but she's super grounded in that space, and that's her best friend. So I kind of like, at the time, she's the president of Legends Do Live when we started everything. And I was like, yo, he's waiting to interview, can we get David, yada, yada.
Yeah.
She gave him the info. He hit me. Like, I don't know his number. I'm thinking like it's a bill collector, loans, get ready to come out, whatever. We at homecoming. I'm lit. He's like, yeah, man, it's David. I want to do it. I'm like, David who? He's like, David Banner. I'm like, oh,
So you were responsible for getting him.
no, she was.
Okay.
But we interviewed, so we got paid that weekend from homecoming. And I said, when you want to do an interview? He's like, Tuesday. This is Sunday of homecoming, Saturday, Sunday. And we're on the way to Atlanta Monday night.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
You drove all the way to Atlanta to interview him. And then from there, we got Kevin Hart.
Really?
Yeah, but I got it from working HTV.
Yeah.
He was doing his pressers. And
Yeah,
he was-
this is when Kevin Hart was really trying to get back out there at that
It's
time.
Think Like a Man too.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh
man.
my
Okay.
gosh.
Okay.
So I used the interview as leverage. It was a Thing Like a Man 2 presser interview, but I put in Legend Do Live questions.
Yeah, yeah. You just
To
like,
use as
hey,
leverage. Yeah. So like,
hey.
people think you're legendary. So I used those clips for my interview. And then from
Wow.
there,
You're like, Think Like a Man 2 is legendary.
so that's how all this started. But we took those interviews to take to schools,
Okay.
Yeah.
colleges, to have conversations around like, yo, these people from A-list, B-list, C-list, D-list, like you're a person in the grocery store
I
to
understand.
the mayor to Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, yeah.
They're all the same person. They all made a decision at some point in their life to do what they doing. So
Yeah.
don't say whatever you're going through in life or life sucks or you can't make it, that you can't make it. That's a lie. They all went through something. You just see the end result.
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So that was our version of Black stories, of showing people that are doing phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
And they just turned into like the nonprofit what it is today.
Okay.
But it literally started off just doing video interviews.
Now then, at what point do you guys decide to start changing the nonprofit?
I think it was when we were going into the schools and we just saw how like they just needed stuff.
Yeah.
And school wasn't fun anymore.
It's not.
School's not fun
No.
anymore. Like I used to want to go to school.
It's like, it's not. I think the kids still want to go to school. I would say like kids are still fun. Like
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
they still like that, and,
Yeah.
and social media allows them to be connected and everything. But I was like, you look at, I try to talk to older people sometimes, and I'm like, if you think about your school day, and I'm thinking about this just because I saw a video of I think it was Bloomberg that was like, we should make the classroom larger and then like 60 kids in a class
That's too
and
much.
one teacher, and I'm just like,
That don't make
y'all
no
don't
sense.
remember like when we were kids, like your largest class might have been like 18 people.
people.
Like might.
It's the ratio.
And that was a big class, but I was like, when you reduce class size and then it's like, and then you did other stuff, like you got kids that's like, I'm double block reading, I'm double block math, I'm double block this,
Yeah.
that. And it's like, so you went to school all day and you went to reading math, you didn't have gym, You don't
That's
have
crazy.
like, you know what I mean? You don't get to do any elective. If they do put you in an elective, it's an elective you might not want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo, I have
No
no
interest.
interest in art, but you put me in art.
Yeah.
Because you just needed a spot for me to be in.
Right.
But I like band. But they like, but
Yeah, we ain't got band.
you ain't really, you're not a band kid. You can't afford no instrument. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah. It really, like, for some kids, and I feel like the trend is more and more kids, you do get to a point where it's like, is school fun for them?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And so that's why we started Senior Fest. Senior Fest like our first, like, we didn't have any programs. We were just doing Senior Fest and showing these interviews and bringing our friends in there. We were winging it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, when we started the nonprofit, we didn't understand the power of having a nonprofit. The real understanding of the nonprofit. We literally worked backwards from getting it to be 501c3 status and all that stuff. It took us a while to get all that stuff out of college.
What's 501c status for the listeners?
So yeah, 501c3 means that we can't be taxed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So tomorrow you can be a nonprofit tomorrow. You can go on irs.gov right now and become a nonprofit. But until you have your tax exemption status, you have to pay franchise taxes to the state every year. It's like $150. Right? So to get that exemption, you have to apply. That means you have to put your guidelines. You have to put what's it called, man? I'm drawing a blank.
Like your mission
business
statement.
plan.
The mission statement and
Yeah.
your all the stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff.
a lot of
we
stuff.
can agree.
So we have to get a lawyer to get all that stuff like done, all the stuff like that to get done. Which I ultimately, the lawyer that did that for me, Erica Hughes, she's now one of the 11 judges of Harris County, but she went to Preview. Yeah. So, boop. So
Yeah.
like,
That's all right.
so we did all
some of them
together.
judges from TSU, but keep
Yeah.
on going.
So, so we did all that, and it just slowly turned to, because Senior Fest was like, how do we impact kids? Because if you in school for 12, 13 years, walking across the stage is cool, but like that's not enough. I don't feel like, and the thing was, I think God was prepping us, and definitely more so me. He ran me through all the toss stuff and all the stuff like that, because I understand how these kids really think and feel at a level of where you feel like you might have both your parents in the household, but shit's still not going right for you.
Yeah.
You don't feel comfortable telling them that. Like, even though I was raised in the church, Boy Scouts, Eagle Scout, I didn't feel comfortable telling my parents, like, yo, I'm struggling with this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
like, I know how kids feel. So I'm like, it has to be from a relatable standpoint and come talk to them. So Senior Fest was like, okay, if you made it to be a senior, how can we help and congratulate you on some type of level?
Okay.
Right? Outside of just graduation. Because there's, like, right before you graduate, there's a week they don't do anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
And at least they didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's when
the
people
time.
die at that time.
That's the time.
That
No,
is
for
the week.
real.
That's
Some people have lost their lives around that time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because some people think when they get done with the test, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro. And literally, until you literally walk across that stage, you are not done. Right? So we started Senior Fest, and it was like, let's do a festival. First one we did was at Yates. And we did a celebrity game, that first one. So we had just brought in celebrities. It wasn't student like it is now, where it's like student versus students.
Okay.
And the keynote speaker that I had at that time, his name was Jarren Smith. At that time, he was the deputy digital director for the White House. So anytime Obama tweeted, it was Jarren. This is a brother.
That's big.
Yeah, so right before he got that job, he's the Nike and Jordan brand manager. Jarren's 31. Like, he's 31.
Really?
Yeah, he's like Forbes 30 on the 30. Like, he was crazy. Like, but my mutual friend I was in Eagle Scouts with at church was like his boy.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yo, bro, how can I get him to come? Yada, yada. And he was like, this is what it takes. I'm like, if I got flying. So I flew him in. I picked him up from the airport, took him to his room. Like, I hosted him here in Houston. And he played in the game and everything like that. And then he spoke the next day. And lo and behold, that was something that I didn't know that was going to be ready to grow. That's the year, like, Yates didn't have books in their library.
Damn, man.
And so he's walking. This is working. So at this point, Sylvester caught word. I got somebody from the White House in Houston. Like, yo, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all need to come up to City Hall, man.
Yeah.
That's my first introduction to Mayor Turner. Because I didn't bring somebody like somebody from the White House.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, yada yada. This is from that meeting next year. Yates gets the whole renovated library.
Nice.
So we put eyes on, like, they didn't know.
Legendary, man. Be around this
That's
man.
dope. And you bring people to the city. I mean, that's jumping ahead. Like, even when we talk about with the reading with the rapper, you're bringing people to the city.
Kicks and conversation.
Kicks and conversation.
Yeah.
Man, first off, you like.
Oh man, that was hilarious, bro.
We're at Kicks and Conversations. He introduces us to somebody that and you didn't really introduce. You said the name and then you talked about us.
Yeah, you
like,
really
they
bigged
got a
us
great
up.
podcast, da 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 da. And
A
then
great
the dude-
media platform. And
Dude
then we're just
starts
sitting there
talking to us
Yeah.
for a minute, and then I go, "Oh, by the way, what do you do?" He goes, "Oh, me? I'm the vice president of FinishLine. I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Here's my card." And dude was open, gave us his card, gave
Yeah.
us all his information, whatever. He
Yeah.
goes, "Yo, anything
Phone
y'all need,
numbers,
like
just
let me
everything.
know."
Yep.
And I was like, "Duh,
Yeah.
you bring people to Houston."
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so like the Senior Fest stuff, so Jarren, he gets done now. Jarren, if you look up Jarren is the CEO of Steph Curry Inc.
Really?
Damn, man, that's huge.
That whole variety deal he did when he's doing the
Really?
TV, that's all Jarren. So
Oh, that's incredible.
So like I can call Jarren like
That's
yo.
incredible,
So
yeah.
he sees everything we're doing. So my biggest thing is like over time, the events start happening, but it's like how do we build community, business, and education in a cycle?
And that's interesting too when you're talking about some of the people, like where you're like, yeah, even as you're telling the story, you're like, hey, this person, I knew her from PV, and now she's a judge.
Yeah.
This person, I knew him from this, and then he was working at the White House, and now he's this, and now he's over here with Steph Curry. This person is this, and it's like you're building up these relationships,
Yeah.
but you're also watching these people flourish in
Grow.
their own.
Yeah.
They grow in their own industries, and it's like now I have a connection to them. Now
Yeah.
I can also bring them, and it's
Yeah.
like that's huge.
Yeah, and we had like 20 people when we started Legend Do Live. 20 people on the roster, but again, we were winging it. We ain't know how to handle people, manage people,
Yeah.
grow a business right, and a lot of them left just because life got real. They were
Yeah.
all like, yo, we support the vision, but we weren't in the pace that we were in now. We were
Okay.
kind of ahead of everybody. And so like now we're down to like about 8 people, but we knew that we had to redefine some stuff and revisit some stuff like that. Like Doug ended up moving back to Dallas. Julius ended up going back to Chicago. He's married now with 2 kids. Doug just got married. Like life happened.
Yeah,
At
life
that time,
happens.
We ended up go getting jobs. Like it just, we had to transition, but we never stopped.
Of course
doing
not.
Live. And so we were still doing Senior Fest. We had stopped. One year we did it with Kiki, and this is I had Toby on the panel. This before Toby started rapping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was
Yeah.
on the panel. AJ's performed at one of our Senior Fests. Like I try to involve as much as my friends I can in stuff because I feel like again with Houston, we didn't have that many events to do stuff. Like,
Absolutely.
there's
Absolutely.
no like we didn't have stuff outside of just regular like sports, eat, whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't have stuff to go plug into.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how can we create stuff? But we also understood like, yo, there's a real life stuff going on in our community, schools. Like we can't ignore this. Like going to go eat or going to a club is cool, but like, bro, after Sunday when Monday comes back around,
Yeah.
the issue's still there.
Yeah.
That's true.
And we still gonna get mad on social media and talk about, well, we need to do something. Then when we do something and nobody does anything, it's like, bro,
Yeah.
what's up? We just want to get mad at people. But
Yeah.
then when somebody tries to figure it out, you just like, I don't want to go support it. Somebody's trying to help the problem that we've been talking about?
Yeah. Nah.
Oh, that's not cool.
I'm gonna go to the after party though.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
the party.
Yeah.
So I tried to figure out ways to be cool and figure it out. So like even with Kiki perform, we surprised Kiki's son because he didn't know his son was getting ready to go to FAMU that year. And we surprised his son on stage in front of Kiki with a scholarship.
Really?
I gave Kiki's son we gave him like $1,000.
That's
Oh,
good.
That's dope.
So
That's
like
dope.
that year I was building my relationship with Kiki then. So
That's
like,
good.
Yeah, and that's where we did our first fundraiser with the Rocket stuff that year too in 2018. And he performed there. I had him and Doe Beasley perform in the Toyota Center.
Okay.
And all the
man.
money from that went towards scholarships, which goes to Senior Fest in May because that event's in March. So it's like it's a fundraiser.
Yo, y'all really be doing it. Like you said before, you were talking about people will see a problem, won't do anything about it. You do everything about the problems you see in front of you.
We be trying to get people like, yo, we're literally fixing this stuff, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I like about you.
Yeah.
But
You
it's
are
like it's not a
on
mass.
it.
It's not a mass thing yet. It's not cool.
I understand.
Because like if I do what I do, but say Jay-Z comes and does the same thing, it's like, oh man.
Oh yeah, because the name thing.
Yeah.
I just don't think
The name is
enough people know about what you're doing. Like, and you spread. You are everywhere.
Yeah.
Every time we're somewhere, like we see you, and you stop us and be like, "What's up?
What's up?
This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm bringing Jesus to the White House." I'm like, God, you bringing Jesus?
Nah, and I think it was because I don't want to over answer to questions I might have.
No, go ahead.
No,
but it was
you're doing great.
It was a time where I think I had interviewed AJ and I didn't know AJ.
Okay.
One of our friends now, Sean, which he owns Taxability. He got his own taxability firm and stuff. He's like, yo, there's this dude named AJ McQueen. Yada yada, crazy story. Because we were just trying to interview different people.
Yeah.
So we interviewed AJ, and like I think that was what 2013. Interviewed 2013, and me and him been locked to the hip like ever since.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that's the thing, like to hear most people's unique story that you don't hear or see, to see like, yo, bro, you was in the gang, you got shot, and you went from that to getting White House, Congresswoman Lee love you, like you can call her on the phone.
Yeah.
Like to me, I'm like, yo, people should see. That's
more
dope.
people should see
that's
those
dope.
stories.
That's
absolutely.
dope. Because there's
that's
more
legendary.
people that's going through that.
Yeah.
That people can see like it's obtainable.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just all about the imagery part. How can you see people that look like you that's going through stuff that are like making it? And when I say making, not at the highest level, they just made it out that situation. To me, you've already won.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you winning.
You winning.
Yeah.
And so like we was doing singing fest, all that stuff happening, and we started seeing how reading was just like bad.
And reading is bad.
Reading
is
is.
a
Literacy
huge
is just
problem.
bad.
Yeah.
And it's the foundation for everything.
Everything.
Like if you can't read, it's going to be a problem in anything. And the way the tests are focused, because they recognize that reading is bad, they just incorporate more reading into the test, but the kids still can't. So I'm like, now there are math tests where it's like you have to read.
Yeah.
Like
word
before,
problems.
there are kids that probably could have got by because they're like, I know the math. I've dealt with kids that are like, I know the math. Like if you told me exactly what math we had to do, I can do it. Bam, 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 bam,
You
bam.
put the math problems.
But you put a word problem out here. Like I'm like, I can't read that.
Wink.
Yeah, that's what
So-
it is.
I think we started naturally getting into this education business space. So it was just like, okay, we see stuff a little more differently. We've been in these schools naturally. We know how these kids maneuver. How can we, one, fix a couple of issues? Stuff that we saw, one, teachers not getting paid enough. Two, schools getting funding cut.
Yeah.
So it's like we start looking at like the funding part of the school. That's why I think a lot of this stuff started. I'm like, okay, what's the funding source? It's the state and local levels.
Yeah.
Right? And schools get funding. I don't know if people know, but schools get funding based off enrollment and attendance. Right? So the more kids that go there justifies the state to say, hey, we need to give y'all more money because y'all have more kids here, just naturally.
Yeah.
So when you start red zoning, redlining, or you take out different resources from schools or programs, it makes the school less attractable. To where now as a parent, you're going to do two things. You either going to move your kid out to school or you're just going to move.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so this is how gentrification starts. And people don't know, they start with schools first.
Absolutely.
Because as a parent, say enough of y'all move the kids out, right?
Yeah.
Now, the state is like, oh, ain't no kids here no more.
Yeah.
I don't need no money.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Right?
County
So like,
loses money.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? A lot of y'all leave now. Oh, the property value going down. Ain't nobody
Yeah,
staying over here.
all of
So
that.
the business is like, yo, we don't want to.
Nobody comes anymore. Yeah.
Exactly. And so now they walk in like, hey, let me fix it for you guys. But they're getting this stuff ready for their kids once they get done.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
That's all they're doing.
No, that's exactly. That is
So I'm
exactly
like,
what
yo,
happens.
and the reason why people don't know what we do, because I purposely don't try to overly promote the real underlining thing.
Yeah.
It's like really reverse with gentrification that we're
Yeah.
pretty much trying to do.
Yeah.
So
good.
if I get, so HEB is like one of our supporters, right?
Yeah.
And I talked to them, I was like, hey, and the only reason why I got to HEB, again, how God works, the director of diversion and inclusion for HEB is a deacon at my church.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
a brother, went to HBCU too.
Yeah.
You know, so he was like, man, Jarren, this is what we're doing. So I'm like, I know. So when I did Senior Fest, I'm like, hey, I want this HEB offer OST and Scott
Yeah.
to be the one to
Yeah.
support Yates. Because
Okay.
naturally, these kids and families,
Are going
They're
to go
going
to
to
that,
this
they
one.
go to that
they
one?
go in there. They already go in there.
Yeah.
So the least you could do is give some money back to the school.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, our parents going to see, like, if you give my kids money, I'm going to keep shopping in your store.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see where my money's going. At.
Yeah.
So now we created this business cycle of, okay, the businesses give to the education and the education gives to the community. Is doing this as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? So we start doing that, multiplying it over to the other businesses and stuff like that. End up getting Whataburger. We got PepsiCo involved.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I know that they want this demo
Yeah.
of black and brown kids,
Yeah.
too, because they want to market their stuff to them.
Not only that, I mean, it looks incredible. Let's just play, you know what, any one of them. Maxo Kream, Meek Mill, pick one and we'll play it because seeing it in person, seeing it in video,
They really don't
with
do
the
it
reading with the
justice.
rapper,
Yeah.
it doesn't do it justice, but at least you can see now what you're kind of getting into. And I would say, like, once you see it, it makes you do yourself a disservice by not going and seeing it in person. Yeah. Seeing it in person, seeing the way the kids respond to what's happening. Yeah, it's
seeing adults.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot of adults I can't read.
That is true.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true. So yeah, play any one of those. Well, I'll let you pick.
Oh, that's the Maxo one.
Listen, I always want to give you the reality of it because I see a lot of this generation of kids doing like a lot of permanent stuff, like tagging their faces, the hair, all that, you know what I'm saying? And not thinking about, okay, you doing that right now, what's gonna happen later? You know what I'm saying? This don't last forever. That's why it's good to, you know what I'm saying, have a plan B. And that's why with this tape, I want to put that out too, because my dad, you know, I'm Nigerian, so he really pushed for education. I like
that's cool.
giving y'all hope, giving y'all inspiration, because y'all are the future. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got this going on right now, but y'all the future. You know? Giving y'all my stories, because a lot of y'all probably ain't grow up like me. And that's cool, but y'all can still relate. And y'all can learn from my mistakes instead of making it. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, I'm going to tell you a funny story how they even all that started. This is still summer 2018, going into summer. At this point, I quit my job in February. I did the Rockets event. I did Senior Fest. But I really have no money because we're not making money off helping kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to do that. You know, so I get a summer job working at PV at the summer camp. So I'm driving back and forth to PV like every day.
Damn.
I'm probably at my lowest point at this point. I done ran up my credit cards. My savings gone. And I'm in this room on a downtime, and I'm watching a radio interview of them interviewing the Migos. And they made them read a Dr. Seuss book, but they had to rap.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And that's when the boss say, wait a minute. This is a thing. I'm like, this is a real thing. And then prior to that, at Senior Fest, at Hot Top, now they let them, in passing in school, they let them walk around with do-rags and headphones on now.
Finally.
Finally. So I'm like, y'all can do that? They was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a fight depending on, but I feel like
we just give it to them.
I mean, with your thing, it's like, look, it's gonna happen. They're gonna steer. And then the other thing too is you got to find this balance between treating children like entities, like people, and not, because I was like, think about as an adult how often you walk around with. Everybody walks around with AirPods.
Yeah,
everybody walks around in their own zone at work. Like chilling,
like got them on now,
and that's the thing. It's one of those things.
Got them in my pocket. So yeah,
am I gonna fight against you to be like? Because really, the fight is, and I get the fight. It's like I got something that you need to hear, and I'm trying to express it to you. How do I get that to you? And it's like I need you to take this out. I need you to do this. I need you, because I'm constantly having to do that. But there is like your thing kind of circumvents that, where it's like I'm giving it to you in a way where you want to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to you in a way where you're gonna go seek it out anyway,
really,
and it makes it more like a job. Like, yo, look, this is what has to get. Like when you're at work as an adult, it's like, yo, I know a time and a place. I know this, and this needs to get done. But you know, I like to enjoy music while I'm doing it and that kind of thing. So yeah.
And we started it, and I knew, I'm like, instantly I got it, because I'm like, okay, I'm looking at us as adults. What grabs us? Mm-hmm. We love going to the club. We love concerts. We love these little tangible things.
Yeah.
How can we put this in a classroom? Because naturally, that's our frequency that we're on.
Yeah.
So I was like, I knew it wasn't so much about changing the information. It's about changing how to get it. Because these kids are literally on their phones more than we are, so their attention spans are lower than we are. So how can we infuse music, tech, and lights and all that stuff like that? So I went to one of my homegirls, Jeremy, Miss Gant. She's a teacher in A-Leaf. She's an ELA teacher. I'm like, yo, I got this idea. She went to PV also. I'm like, yo, I got an idea, but I know it has to make sense scholastically, because if I don't, they're going to push this all the way out.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to even entertain it at all.
Yeah.
So she really actually wrote the actual full curriculum for Reading with a Rapper.
Nice.
So we actually have real ELA teachers a part of the program. They still teach to this day.
And like I said, when you guys got up, I mean, the one that I saw, when she popped up there and started breaking down, and y'all showed
the Figure the Language Challenge,
yeah, they showed a number of different lyrics, but these were actual rap verses that they're playing in the headphones, so the kids are just listening to music,
highlighting.
I will say too, I thought y'all handled the explicit lyrics well too.
Yeah.
Y'all handled that real well.
I mean, because at the end of the day, we know they listened to it already.
Yeah.
But like, there was that part of the lyrics part. I'm glad you brought that up too. The lyrics part, and then the presentation of everything.
Yes.
That's super big on us because we know when a kid walks into the room off a presentation, they already locked in.
Yeah.
And we ain't said one word yet. And 9 times out of 10, they rooms don't look like that during regular classes.
No.
So they just like, wait, we got headphones.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, I said I was genuinely impressed by the fact that kids came in because, like, when you put the headphones on, there's music already playing, and they came in and just kind of sat down, and like they kind of chilling with each other, but they're all sitting down. And I said, if you take your headphones off and you look, it's just a quiet classroom. It's just kids just kind of vibing and listening to music, and I'm like, yo. This is literally what teachers want. Like, like, yo, come in, get your stuff, sit down. Like, that's it. But I was like, they were able to do this without giving out one instruction. Not one instruction.
And we talking about 21st century. You can't be talking about 21st century education, but we doing like 1960s.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay on the scholastic part. The scholastic part of that, we knew headphones scientifically make you focus more. We knew lights dictate your mood. So we know with the right song and the right lights, we can pretty much figure a mood out with you. And we knew that we wanted to make sure that ultimately, if not, you can pass star, it'll make you read and write quicker and faster because of how we give you the information. So they got to do that part from the school part, and that's been working really well. But from the business side of the artist side too, a lot of artists want to impact these schools and help kids, but they don't know how to. Some of them do, some of us. So we're like, okay, we don't approach artists as artists. We approach them as authors. When they do these albums, they're audiobooks.
Yeah.
All they're doing is expressing whatever they went through in life out.
And it puts the rapper in a new light. Because I will say, before that event, I mean, Maxo Kream is popping. He's bubbling up. He's got the RocNation. He keeps on building up. But some of the press about Maxo was not the best.
So the funny story about Maxo was we were trying to do it at Hastings.
Okay.
The thing where we were trying to always take rappers back to schools that graduated from.
Yeah.
So when they called us about like, yo, we want to do one with you, yada yada. I'm like, cool, let's take it back there. And they was just like, no.
Nah.
Because he's in the gang. I'm like,
absolutely. Yeah.
But the thing was, I'm
Stuff
like, have you
just
ever
happens.
asked why?
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing.
Right.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
And he talked about it like, think about, man, I'm coming from a whole nother country to a place
Exactly.
where people don't know me. I probably got the quickest acceptance, and yes, it was from the street.
Yeah.
When the school was like, get out my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
the kids were making fun of him. So I'm like, there's so many different things that probably went into that to why he even made the decision for himself.
And he talked about his family life, his father. He talked about, it was very much like, oh, I'm looking at an author speak about why I've made decisions in life. And
This body work.
it wasn't, it didn't seem like he was glorifying anything.
He did
in
not.
life. Not
so
at all.
So even like, again, and I'm not saying this because he's in the room, but like even with AJ, like reading rapper fits AJ so well, like we don't even, when he comes to his part, like what we did with Maxo, we don't even do that. He literally just teaches the class. Like literally, he sits up there and literally just teaches.
That's what's
everything.
up.
And it's like you get this other context out of rappers that you don't get to see because they're still people.
Yeah.
You know, they just have a gift of expressing themselves in a different way.
Yeah.
So we knew, okay, we wanted to do it from the scholastic standpoint, but how can we introduce pop culture into education and give artists a good time to promote to this demo still from a business music side? Because some of these kids might not even know who AJ is by 30 minutes. They're like, yo. And we've seen it. Like, he'll walk in the rooms. They don't know who he is. By the time he gets done, they're downloading his music.
That's cool.
So now we're making him money
Yeah.
in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We gave
Yeah.
him a fan or a person in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We're doing something way more quicker and faster than a label can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're walking you to your demo at a time that you can't
Yeah.
get them because they're in school majority of the year.
That's true.
And you're walking into a demo with kids, and everybody know kids make money.
Yeah. Kids are the future.
Like
They're
kids,
the ones
I
that,
mean, everything that they're doing now is trends. I keep looking. I've been reading articles about the girl, the TikTok girl.
Oh yeah, she's
the one that did the Renegade dance.
Yeah, she wanted. Yeah,
And it's just like that little girl has the nation of children dance, because I've seen that dance and I've heard. First of all, I didn't even know that was a real song.
I didn't know that was a real
I thought it
song
was
either.
just a song that they just kind of threw out, and I'm like, yo, first of all, now I found out this is a real artist. Like, this is his song. He's like, yo, this little girl has made me money.
Oh, you talking about what's the name? K-Camp.
K-Camp.
Yeah.
K-Camp.
He shouted her out. He's like, yo, you have helped
He got both of them in the video.
Yeah.
He just did a video with both of them, and he's like, yo, this is I'm a real artist. These girls have brought me like money. Because I said, yo, I didn't even know this was you. I've heard this song everywhere, and it's synonymous with the dance and movement that I know. Because I know what this is, whether I see it online, whether I see a kid doing it in person, I see little kids doing it in the car, like they do it everywhere, and it's like that fan base is there. Yeah, and they spread stuff quickly because they ain't got jobs, they ain't got nothing else to do. Like I'll be like, how y'all learn stuff so quick?
Jobs, no egos.
I went home and I practiced.
Yeah. So we took the same concept of what we were doing with Senior Fest and how do we attach these brands to come in to support this? Because ultimately, like, education is a national conversation right now.
Absolutely.
Like national. So like with Microsoft, our first event we did for Reading Rapper was at the Microsoft store. Because I knew strategically that, again, that's AJ was the first person that did that event. We knew strategically that Black and brown people don't go in that store at a high frequency.
No.
Yeah.
They go to Apple. All the reason why we go to Apple, because all Apple did was grab our culture, put it around tech, and make it cool.
Yeah.
That's all they did.
Yeah. Like
that's literally all they did.
Most companies.
So with Microsoft actually has way better technology and it's an educational high value.
I totally agree with you.
How can I give you my demo but still stay true to who you are as a company?
Yeah.
And we bridge it together, and that's where the tech part comes from. So like now we're giving kids a Surface Pro that's like a digital pen and paper.
Yeah.
So it's still in their lane and they already know how to use it. So it's not even hard for them to they get it like that.
Yeah.
So it was just an easy fix that we did like a private event. We invited the superintendents, teachers, and city officials. Amanda Edwards came, and then from there, that's how we got to City Hall. We did a pop-up for all the city council members and the mayor. We treated them like kids so they can understand like, yo, this is what's going on in our city, and you guys are pretty much at the focal point of it. So they was like, man, I forgot what hyperbole was, a personification. So you can imagine if the adult was like, yo, man, I forgot.
Yeah.
I can imagine what these kids going through. So they instantly got it then from there. And we were just doing pop-ups at schools, just here and there. And we were just doing them, just bringing artists in, doing it. And then I told my team, I was like, yo, I want to do Meek. They was like, boy, you're not getting Meek. That's impossible. Like, we just started like 5 months ago. How are we going to get Meek? I'm like, he coming here on tour. I'm just going to make it happen. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen. My homeboy that works for HBCU Buzz, his name is Luke Lawal. He called me. And again, I'm a believer when you put stuff in the atmosphere, God will bring it to you.
Yeah.
He calls me like, yo, Atlantic is doing this thing where Meek Mill wants to get like HBCU bands to play his song, like a contest. I'm like, oh, shoot, we're going to preview. So I'm the plug out. So I get him in direct contact with the band director. People like, hey, this is what they want to do. Meek Mill going to promote it, yada, yada, for the song Championships.
Yeah.
So I got him that. I was like, yo, I need something from you, bro. He's like, what? I need to pitch Reading Rapper to Atlantic about Meek. And he's like, what is Reading Rapper? I kind of told him about it. And he was like, that's cool. This is dope. He sent it over to him, like a good maybe 4 or 5 weeks go by. Nothing. And he maybe like, yo, they want to do it. I was like,
okay.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. So we did that. And we were planning on Meek. We were talking about Meek in November for him to do that in February. So it was like a 2-3 month process.
Yeah.
And he had just got out. So the whole prison reform
yeah.
So like
y'all caught him at the time.
Perfect time.
The play was so good because we pretty much laid everything in his lap. We was like, yo, you already going to be here on tour.
Yeah.
We saw that you got a break. So like we only need you for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be your concert's that night. We need you during the day.
Yeah.
So they end up pushing. He ended up staying the whole weekend. So he stayed an extra day for us.
That's nice.
When we did it, was like, yo, the kids that we're gonna bring in, all are boys under the My Brother's Keeper redirect juvenile program. So they were all on probation.
That spoke to him. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah,
the reform
absolutely.
side. And when we saw in our data when we were first creating the curriculum, 85% of the kids that's in the juvenile system are functioning illiterate.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, bro, what if I told you I can actually help kids learn how to read and write inside the system through your music? He was like, wait, what? It was like why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the mayor opened up City Hall for us on a Sunday to let us do it. We hosted it in City Hall. Microsoft was a part of it. Puma was a part of it. They gave all the kids this Puma reform shoe, so we're still doing good business.
Yeah.
We're still promoting the shoe to a market that they want, and it fits what the whole meaning of the shoe is, reform.
Yeah.
That's
all around culture,
dope.
and it was like from there, that's when Maxo happened, and then we end up. Long story short, we end up closing the deal with Aldine. Like we're in all their middle schools now.
Okay.
Doing after school program. So and we did New Orleans. So we did 4 charter schools in New Orleans, and this is coming out when.
This is gonna be in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Perfect. And so like we go from New Orleans, and now we getting ready to do Read and Rap at Atlanta.
Okay.
That's what's up.
So we're going to Atlanta next week.
So Atlanta is next week, and this is when we're talking about like Aldine. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna talk about we talk about like Aldine, and when you're saying you're in the school districts, this is an actual program. This is an after school program.
So so it's an after school program, and for 8 weeks they're doing this program. For 2 weeks they focus on social. They focus on ELA tracks. So when we first come in, they have to write us a prompt. Write about yourself.
Okay.
Most kids don't know how to express themselves anymore. Talk about themselves. They don't do that. So we want to see all the mistakes so we know what to focus on for the next couple of tracks. So once we get that prompt, for 2 weeks we focus on ELA tracks. So say if yours is figurative language, say yours is closed reading, and you don't know how to use sentence structure properly. We focus on those tracks for 2 weeks, right, through the album. Because now we're not doing a song, we're doing an album because it's the whole 2 months.
Okay.
So we do that, and then we transition from ELA tracks to social tracks. What is the song and the album actually talking about? Can we create a safe space for you to talk about what's going on in your life now because the music is talking about it? Because that might be a reason why you're not reading or why you're not coming to school that people or teachers don't want to ask.
That's
right?
therapy, damn it.
It's therapy.
That's 100.
So now come back and write again. So we see the growth. After 2 weeks, come back and write again after the 4 weeks. So now they have to write their song. They're writing their essay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all they're doing ELA-wise for a rapper, they're expressing themselves through the right ELA metrics. That's all rappers are doing. They're doing the same thing. They don't even know they're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just like, and at the very end, you think you have to present your essay into like the principal and all those people like that. That's when the artist comes to surprise you. So when what y'all saw a condensed version of 8 weeks in a 45-minute hour session.
Okay.
So the artist comes at the very end of 8 weeks to talk about the whole album, what it meant to them, why I wrote it, X, Y, and Z. So like right now, all 9 schools in Aldine are getting ready to study AJ. And we're gonna bring all the schools together at one point for one big event for what y'all saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's real.
That's dope.
So they have no idea he's coming. They're gonna be like, bro, I've been studying your music for 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm a fan now.
Now, you got huge
and now
fans.
you're in front of me.
Yeah.
Talking about why you did all this. It's like, bro, you changed my life. Like I'm
absolutely.
in front of you.
Absolutely. And especially, I noticed the connection. You have so many connections, just local Houston artists too.
Yeah, we want to make sure purposely that we did local artists.
We see AJ, Killer Calleon,
DeLorean.
Maxo Kream, DeLorean.
And the people that you're naming, they're not doing like, and this is no disrespect, they're not doing like, no, they're doing high level lyrical rapping.
Absolutely.
So
no,
now
that's really what
you
it is.
can't hide if you're not rapping, you can't hide with this.
Yeah. No, that's really what it is, because when you would see the teacher going through, and like I said, they would flash the lyrics up, the kids are following along, but I'm like, it's a lot of, like, especially I just kept thinking about, like, the Meg Thee Stallion thing. You're looking at it and you're like, she's really spit, like, this is a lot, and then it's like,
deeper.
Show me the alliteration in here, show me this, show me that, and the kids are like, that's that, like, I know this, I know this, and I know this, and it's like, now we're dissecting the lyrics here, and I don't know, it takes the lyrics to a whole nother level. And like, even by the time Maxo came out, when Maxo's telling his story, there's a little bit more
understanding it in the song. Now you're like, I get it,
and there's more reverence for his actual story. Like, you view him as a person, like, you're like, this is a dude, like, you an immigrant, you got your father that came here, you're trying to build up something, and now I can start to understand the choices that you decide to make. And this is not just what I feel like a lot of people might view a Maxo or a type artist like that, like, this dude just rapping about gang stuff.
Nah, he rapping about his life.
You want people in gang stuff, and he's like, no, I rap about my life. And even in his thing where he was like, I think y'all should get an education. Like, people was telling me to stop doing gang stuff. Y'all shouldn't be like,
He's like, y'all want to get tattooed. He's like, why?
He's like, why? He's getting a tat on your face.
Like,
he said it.
I'm trying to get away from it.
Exactly.
Y'all trying to go to it. Like, nah.
Yeah.
But when you have somebody like that comes in and tells you that, it's like, it clicks to them. it's like that parent cool person moment.
Yeah.
You tell me the same thing, but if he walk over and he says it, it's like, oh, yeah, that's right, because Maxo said it. But you said the same.
I know what you mean,
Yeah.
but they had to go through it.
absolutely.
Like dealing like AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like-
AJ's the cool factor. So it's like,
Yeah.
the fact that there's a rapper in front of me, he's like, yo, go to school. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like you
shit
said
was
before,
cool.
hearing his story, I'm like, golly.
Yeah.
And I would say it's like the icing on the cake thing because the kids were already captivated before
Yeah.
Maxo came out.
Yep.
I thought this was going to lead out like Maxo out here, that's it. And then I'm like, man, when y'all get to teach it, this is going like that. But
We do it the other way around.
kids were really into it before to the point when Maxo came out, I felt like people kind of forgot he was coming. 'Cause
Yeah.
people was like, oh, I was like, no, you knew why he was here. And
Yeah,
they were,
for that one we did because we couldn't like normally
Plus, it was summertime.
it was summertime and they wanted to promote the album.
I understand.
Oh, no, absolutely. But I felt like even in that moment, I thought a lot of people in the audience just completely forgot Maxo was coming out.
They were focused, and Young Deji was right there.
Young Deji was
He
right
was
there.
sitting like right
Yeah.
next to us, and I was
Yeah.
like, everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
He's like
Ain't nobody
the
bothering
biggest
him?
artist right now. No one is bothering him
'Cause
they're
they was-
all focused
they
on
was
the
super-
front.
yeah, they
like
was
y'all did
super
a
into
great
it.
job.
Yeah, man. So we have some different concepts that we're trying to come out with, and then that just led to where now going into these schools a lot, the sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, yo, we're wearing a lot of sneakers a lot. I mean, we've been doing it, but it's like at a high volume.
The kids do it at a completely different
High
level
volume.
now.
And it was
Yeah,
getting like,
Yep.
how do we
We're number one.
get access into a place other than just consuming? So I was like, there you go again. Like I'm in Chicago at this event. My boy runs a nonprofit called Kicks for the City in Chicago.
Yeah.
He throws the biggest sneaker gala in the country. It's like a private thing. You gotta get invited to. I got invited to because a girl that works for him. She went to PV, so she was like, "Hey, come out here." Dude got New
Lots
Balance.
of PV plugs. This is number 8 so far.
Dude had some New Balances on. I was like, "Yo," it's just me. I'm at a point where I don't have a problem being socially open and talking to people. It's just naturally where it has now. So, you get the New Balance from? He's like, "Yeah, man, yada yada." Long story short, he's like, "Yeah, me and my wife went to PV." I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
I got you. You don't even know I'm about to get you. I'm about to get you." And he was like, the fact I didn't even know that he went to PV. And you work for New Balance. That's an issue in myself as an alumni. I should know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we talking, and that's what started me. I'm like, I want to bring you back to PV to talk, just to give information on how you got to where you are, X, Y, and Z. So I got him. He's cool with the guy from Puma, which I had from the Meek stuff.
Yeah.
He stays in Houston. The Puma rep is a brother. So I'm like, yo, I want you to be on this thing called Kicks Conversation with me. I'm gonna take you to the PV. So took Tausha from SneakHer because I wanted to make sure women can see themselves as well too.
Yeah.
We had like 500 people there
That's
for
good.
homecoming, and then it was like, okay, they were like, well, we want to get into this, but it's nothing for us to major in. And so like now we're trying to create a curriculum for them to actually major in like fashion and textiles, so they can actually make sense for somebody from New Balance or Puma to come down and recruit.
Yeah.
But I can't recruit you if you ain't
And that
majoring
is
in it.
interesting too when you talk about some of the people that you're bringing are in these, I don't want to say alternative, but it's like these different kind of jobs where even they kind of listen to the vice president for FinishLine.
no degree.
No
Yeah.
degree. And he's like, I just kind of, not that I
I
fell into
sold
the job, but
shoes,
he's like,
yeah.
I was doing all these other things and I keep getting these other opportunities that are open to me. That's how I find it. And it's like, there are plenty of people that want to do, like, I'm like highly interested in what it is you do, and they don't know the path.
Yeah.
And like him just speaking, he's showing you like, this is a path. Like, first of all, he's showing you that this is an option. Like, he's like, yo, you can be this. Like, he named like 2-3 jobs that he had done where he was like, I was a buyer for he's talking about being a buyer for a fashion brand. It's like, these are things that some people might not think, oh, like, I didn't even know that was
It's
a
the
job.
lack of information.
Yeah, that's literally what it
And
is.
that's the thing, like,
You're showing information on all
I'm
these
doing
things.
without trying to overtly
Yeah.
say this is what I'm giving you. In the sneakers, if y'all think about it from that event, we didn't even really talk about sneakers.
No.
The sneakers were
We
the
talked
common
about
thing
his story.
The
Yeah.
sneakers were the thing that brought us together to have a real life conversation.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in both of these, you're using the medium. The medium becomes the background. Like, even when we're talking about the Maxo thing, the lyrics are important, but it kind of becomes about, like, this is a way for you. I'm just trying to show you ways to express my story.
Yeah.
So at Kicks and Conversations, the shoes were a way of him getting out here and saying, like, here, let me tell you my story. I know y'all all came out here
Because
because shoes.
and I'm the VP
Y'all
of
like
FinishLine.
shoes,
Yeah.
and I'm the VP of FinishLine. But, like, I have a story, and here's what it is. And like those kind of events. I mean, those are huge.
And we don't do enough of those where we're coming and I did what I did with y'all. It's like, hey.
Yeah, you connect.
And I walked away.
Yeah, you sure did.
And I don't want nothing from it.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a city.
Now, I will say, too, that's another big thing that you're always about is like, yo, let me help you make the connection.
Yeah.
And it also makes you want to do the same thing. Like we were telling him, we recorded the Spear podcast. I was telling him, like, yo, you got to meet Jarren. He's like, oh, really? It's like, yeah, because it makes people want to say, like, hey, like he connected me with somebody. Let me connect with somebody else. Yeah. Like, let me help people
Pay it
make
forward,
these connections because
man.
we're all
Because the
here.
thing is, it's not hard.
No.
It takes literally like maybe 5 seconds to help somebody.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. But for whatever reason, some people feel like I'm not on competition mode with anybody.
No.
Yeah, we could clearly see that.
Yeah.
Everything that you do comes from a place of love, and you're not like a jerk about it. Like, look at me spreading love. You're like, nah, I'm just doing it.
Yeah, like
it was Tuesday.
Me and AJ were having like a good talk on the way over here. It's like it's just certain people that in certain places, they're looking at us like, yo, man, I have nothing, and I'm trying to like figure it out, and no one's trying to even help. So the fact that we're even just genuinely doing it means a lot. We don't have the biggest names and all stuff like that, but I feel like God definitely has his hands on me right now. Like, I need you to do something, bro. And I'm just listening. That's all I'm doing. But at the same time, like, if it makes sense, I'm gonna connect you. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna lose any value from me giving you this person's number or email.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not, and people got to get away from that mentality. Like, oh man, this is my connect.
Man, preach on that, man.
And I feel like when you keep on spreading that, especially around Houston, it makes it a lot better because Houston is just one of those cities where I'm also like, I will say a lot of artists are very much open, like, yo, let me connect you, let me do this, let me do that. And like, that's the kind of thing that we need in order to build up the city.
Yeah.
And it's coming.
Yeah, I think it's coming.
And naturally, if I'm not the forefront, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If naturally that happens, cool. But I'm not looking to be like, I need to be the guy that does it.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my part. At the end of the day, what the resources I have, what I'm trying to do. And so if we can collectively as a whole, and I tweeted this, I'm like, yo, Houston right now, we need to go up another notch as far as culture and community with these events. Like, we're playing.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool that we're doing this, but like, we need to go, if you want everybody else outside of the city to take us seriously, we have to take ourselves seriously.
That's true.
And so what I mean when I say that is, I'm doing an event March 19th. We're doing our fundraiser again with the Rockets.
Okay.
The We Go Legend stuff. And the tickets are $170, right? So people are like, man, that's high. I don't know. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm throwing a private party in the Toyota Center.
Houston Rockets, man.
And you get to go to the game.
And you get
liquor. And you get food. And I'm giving you gifts. And you potentially get to win a free pair of Reebok questions.
Damn.
That's
And you telling me 170 is a lot?
You know how much Reebok questions are?
Right, but
About
you'll drop,
170.
but you'll drop, right? But you'll drop that easily on some shoes. Our minds are not fixed at a certain level, so that's the issue. Like, we want that credibility, we want that prestige, esteem on us, but we're not willing to even do it on ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you want a Spotify or somebody to come down here and you always want stuff for free, bro? Stuff don't happen for free.
No.
Absolutely.
Because if it was John that did that event, 170, he's first like, oh, 170.
True.
That's light.
Yeah.
True.
In other markets, that's super light. And even of color, like you go to DC, that's light.
That's it. Yeah. Because it's a different thing when you go to DC, you go to Atlanta, you go to other regions. It's just like, it's different. Houston is branching out of that.
Yeah, we're not used to that.
We're not used to paying for stuff.
And we're not used to true value.
You're right. Because we're not used to paying for a lot of things. I mean, whether it's just, you talk about, we have a culture of people that we park a lot. Like, you're like, yo, I'm not paying to get in.
Yeah.
I'm not paying to get in.
And then look what happened. They started charging for the parking lot. And then niggas got mad at that.
You're like, yeah.
It's
So that's
like,
really what it is.
But subconsciously, that is a very, very, that's a disease,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And it's a slow disease that goes over time,
Yeah.
over and over and over, to where now I'm at a point to where I don't care if you come. Because I'm not going to lessen my value of what I've built over time with you.
Yeah.
I don't care. You probably need to be the right person that need to be there, because at the end
It's
of the day,
real
I
business.
know that the people that's going to be in there
Are the ones that
great
need to be
networking.
there.
It's going to be,
Yeah.
I'm letting y'all
And those
know,
are the type of people you
it's going
want.
to be some amazing networking at this event. Like,
Yeah.
you have the people from corporate, from Microsoft coming, people from Reebok coming. Like, why would you not want to be in that room.
And
with these people.
and tell people about this event again.
So this is called We Go Legend. It's actually they put it actually on my birthday. I turned 30 that day.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. And it's a fundraiser event. So it's where once a year we partner with the Rockets. They give me a certain amount of tickets to where we promote the event. And the funds go towards high school scholarships, which goes to Senior Fest in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all the funds from this go towards high school scholarships, right? So, but we get these partners to come in for one-time support and kind of break the cost down easy for us because the ticket really could be a lot more higher.
Yeah.
But the sponsors come in and help here and there, but I want to make sure that we're still doing a fundraiser.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense for me to give you a ticket or lessen the value if it's a fundraiser.
I understand.
That's the whole
Yeah.
point. I'm trying to raise funds.
Yeah.
So it's just once a year. They're gonna literally we're gonna be in the Toyota Center literally 2 hours before anybody goes in there. The public doesn't even have it. So the only way you can get to come in there. So the game starts at 7.
Okay.
Our event starts at like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
You come in there. It's literally gonna be like a club, a party. Like everything's gonna be in like sections, food, all the stuff like that. In this bar room, they have a bar room. A lot of people don't know they have it's kind of 94, 95 rooms. It's a bar room that we just really can completely change. And Microsoft's gonna be there where you can play Xbox Live, 2K. We're gonna have like maybe 20, 12 consoles in there. You can take pictures. We have performances. Reebok's giving away. We're getting everybody like custom like Reebok championship shirts. Like we want to like actually if we want
This is worth it.
Like bro,
Yeah.
it's the experience.
Yeah. This is experience.
So we have Jameson's gonna be a sponsor. So you have free Jameson all night. Food we're gonna have there, and then I'm giving y'all gifts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like AJ.
And some of y'all can
AJ's
make your
performing.
money back on that
I ain't
free
want to say that
Jameson.
out loud, but AJ, so AJ's
I figured he was performing.
I figured.
Yeah.
So AJ's performing, and we have some other surprises that we're gonna have hiccup in there, and we're doing the shoe raffle, right? So like we celebrate 7 years of Legends to Live, so we're giving away 7 pair of the Reebok questions.
Man.
So you automatically enter in the raffle once you buy a ticket, right? To that, so we're doing that on top of that, and then you get to go to the game too. It's all included,
And that's worth it.
And it's lower level seating. You like 113.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yes.
worth it.
And what date is this?
March 19th.
March 19th.
March 19th.
On
All
your
right.
birthday.
That's right. March 19th, your birthday. That'll be your 30th. And this is still for a good cause.
Yeah.
All this is for a good cause.
Yes.
And some of y'all will make y'all money back just on the Jameson alone. Like, I mean, just to be real.
Like, think about when you go to the game alone, you're going to spend maybe already $60, $70
Yes.
just to get in. And then you start buying
And then
food,
all the other stuff.
you already at 100.
But
Well, then
even
the other
just
thing-
buying
and
the
then other thing
questions, like I
is,
said, man.
and because I've seen where the seats are, like, you buying a ticket.
bro.
You're basically, okay, I'm going to spend my money on buying. And if you're the type of person that's like, you know what, I probably wouldn't buy a seat down bottom, you're getting a better price on a seat down bottom
You
than
are.
you normally get. And then you're getting all this other stuff on top of it. So if you would have bought a seat down bottom just on a deal alone, now you're also like, yeah, but I'm also getting
And you're going to get one $10 beer?
this.
No, you got Jameson?
Yeah, you might as well.
You'll
just go
see
ahead
me
and come
there.
here.
So, like,
I'm
even
coming.
like, so
We're there.
The
Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah.
the whole
Seems dope.
the company that's over like Jameson. So Jameson's the front face, but we'll have Jameson, Martell, Absolute.
Absolutely.
All that'll be there. Like, all
Vodka.
No, absolute. That's your
So
thing.
like, I mean,
I like vodka.
I got you.
and we do this once a year.
Okay.
So if you miss it, you miss it. You
Yeah.
know? So, but that's our biggest fundraiser that we do at the right before we go into Senior Fest. Because Senior Fest is where we give out all of our stuff to the kids. The money that we raise over the whole year. Boom! Here's our big celebration. Then like we're done. Then
Okay.
we start over again.
I think you do it all over. Now, besides for that event that's coming up, what else we have coming out? We're
So-
Freedom with Rapper, with Kicks and Conversations. Like, what do we have going?
So March 29th, we have the This Is My History, Black History Shoe Museum. So we're doing a
That's
pop-up-
March 29th?
No, February.
There we go.
So
February
we're doing
29th.
February 29th.
Yeah.
We're doing a pop-up shoe museum with Reebok.
All right.
But the shoes that are all going to be painted in there are going to be from a local art class at a high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the funds from that is going to be open from 1 to 6, like an open gallery.
Okay.
And the funds from that goes towards them still doing art.
All right.
Sneaker culture. And so that's that. And then March, we have We Go Legend on March 19th. Kicks and Conversations is going to be on Air Max Day.
Okay.
So it's going to, since it's Women's History Month, we're doing all women.
Yeah.
So I have the
Tausha is going to be involved.
the VP of Converse is coming down.
Okay.
So y'all the first one to hear this. I ain't said it.
Yeah. Let's get it out.
VP of Converse. We're working on some people from Nike coming. But I wanted to make sure, one, that we show a lot of appreciating the women in that culture, too, because it's a very male, white-dominated industry. So just because I have been doing men, I also want to make sure that I'm doing women.
That's good.
Too. But
And I like that you're showing so many different people where it's like you were showing some minorities and women at high levels. That I feel like it goes along, I guess, full circle for your Legends thing. These are people that have made it where it's like, there's nobody else that looks like you at this level. You know what I mean? Like in this industry, you are one of the first that's kind of doing it. And it's like, that's a consistent thing that I like seeing with y'all.
And I don't want to shun away men coming to this. I'm like, yo, we need to make sure that women see us supporting them. Because that's the whole reason why they're like, yo, you know, we're just going to do an all women's thing because they don't feel like we support them. So if we come to that, we can start going towards that conversation like, yo, no, we here, we see y'all, and we support y'all.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's what that one is going to be. AJ's tape comes out April 4th. Waterboy. Like I'm telling y'all, bro. Next podcast y'all do, y'all can't use none of this. We gonna make sure. He's literally coming out with his own water.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
and please go back.
Way better than this at pH level.
We're gonna put a link in here to go back to our AJ episodes. So you can see.
I'm
telling y'all, this tape is crazy.
Oh, fofo.
It's crazy. So we got that. We have Reading Rapper coming back up in. So we start back off with Reading Rapper for February. So 21st we'll be in Atlanta. We'll be working with Atlantic and we'll be doing Quando Rondo. We'll be doing Quando Rondo. So we'll be at College Park Elementary. We'll be with him. So hopefully that'll start the conversation. Before we start
classic College Park.
Yeah. So we come back right back to the Reebok stuff. When March comes, we doing a Reading a Rapper. I'm gonna tell y'all offline.
You told us.
Yeah. So
we're not gonna say it.
We're not gonna say it. We made sure not to say it.
Y'all
you told us at that dinner.
Y'all gonna want to be there.
So that happens right in the same week as We Go Legend.
Okay.
And then kicks the conversations. Then AJ stuff drops, and then it's just continue.
It's gonna be a fun. It's gonna be a fun week for people that want. It's gonna be a fun week that week for people that want to participate. Absolutely.
Houston's gonna be nice and toasty that week.
Yeah.
He's gonna be toasty that week. So that's what we got going. I think I got it.
It's just like a long plan for you to have a great birthday week.
And then next week, we're doing a Black History event with Microsoft. So last year, after doing Reading the Rapper, they wanted to how can we have musicians with tech?
Yeah.
And so like we done the rappers, probably like what about the writers? So we're doing how writers break down their songs using technology, using OneNote.
Okay.
So next Wednesday, my girlfriend Lenora, she'll be performing and doing that at the Microsoft store.
I was just giving you a chance to go ahead because we got our tickets to that. And that's sold out.
We didn't want to.
Yeah. So
I didn't want to get you in trouble for us just promoting it.
I didn't want to get in trouble for not saying it. So she's definitely doing that. That's
I didn't know if you wanted that out, but
February
this is on the website.
This is coming out after that, but we'll be posting links for it on our page and everything. That looks like it's gonna be fun.
So February 19th, 6:30. Microsoft store.
Yeah,
it's never been done before. It's only 2 markets they doing this in. Is here in New Orleans.
Really?
So she's a lot of odds from Microsoft gonna be like, "Yo, what's going on?" This is dope. And then a lot of people don't know like her family owns Forward Time.
Yes.
So she's by day still working in that. So as a Black woman that has a company that's been in her family for 60 years and still doing this, that's the history connection of why we're doing it.
That's good.
We're also going to put a link on this page so you can go back to our Lenora episode. Yeah.
So as you can see now, I've surrounded myself.
Should put a link to the
homies. Like it's a small group of us.
Yeah.
But these are my homies.
Yeah,
you know
that's great.
Absolutely.
That's 100.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I like the article she wrote on you in the Forward Times.
Yeah,
too. I was like, that's crazy.
Were you involved with the Russell Westbrook thing?
No. So I was just there. So I was involved from getting some kids there. That's
okay. Oh, okay.
But that was Tubo. That was all Tubo.
Oh, that was because Tubo. We'll put a link in there
for the Tubo. Tubo.
We'll put a link in there for the Tubo episode.
Who's been on here more times than a lot of people.
In the room, this is the thing that's happening in Houston. I think people are paying attention to all the creatives we're starting to fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Like we all know each other. We all like
We see each other all the time.
It's
We're
getting a
there.
lot
Yeah.
easier to book guests because you can easily
Bruh.
be like, oh, we'll be at an event, and then be like, oh,
Yeah.
talk to them. And be at an event, oh, talk to them.
Like we're all getting together collectively.
That dinner we got invited out to where we saw you, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we made a lot of connections there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
It's
that's
like, I got a chance to
that's
really sit and
what
talk to Corey
needs
Terry
to
to be
happen.
like, you my boy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's what needs to
Yeah.
happen. That's what has to
So
happen.
like Houston, break the ice, stop all the cold stuff, just have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. And
That's it.
That's a lot of times a lot of events that we do, we just try to while we're doing the event that time, bro, talk.
Yeah.
We don't talk.
Yeah.
No. Everybody on their phones, too cool. We can't be too cool no more. We're the third largest market in the United States.
Third
Forget
largest.
Chicago. Third.
Please, just
Third
talk.
largest market.
We're just
in
waiting
United
for the
States.
census to come out.
Yeah.
Once the census come out, we have
We
to
are
be third
Houston.
largest.
Everybody comes here.
You
Y'all let
seen
a
our
Canadian
freeway?
come out here and big us up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
He did. He
Okay.
did.
He's not even from America. Like, what's wrong with us?
But he was like, yo, this place is dope. And people
Yeah.
was like, oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
Yep.
We are dope.
yeah.
Yep.
You
So,
got
yeah.
a nigga from Brooklyn playing screw. Come on, Houston. Come
That's
on.
true.
Yeah, so
is true.
please, it's just about talking, bro. That's really what it is. So like even with that Black History event we're doing for Reebok, Isaac from IO
Yeah.
that did the biopic for school,
Really?
Yeah.
they're doing a project where they're gonna be pretty much documenting the kids' start to finish process. And putting that
Oh,
out,
that's
too.
dope.
So like it's bro, we're doing a lot, and that's why I really want
Oh,
more
your
people.
homies, man.
I really want Houston to understand, like,
Yeah.
bro, we really out here, and these corporate people listening to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
That's
really-
what it is.
they
That's
listen to us.
good.
Because the money's there. Because the people
money's
are
there.
here. Because Houston is huge. You see our freeways.
Lastly, before we stop, it's not always about money, bro.
Yeah.
So I try to keep people understand, like, the way that you acquire your money is the way that you'll lose it.
That's
You
true.
want quick money, it'll be gone quick.
Yeah.
I want everlasting money. So
Yeah.
it's going to take time. Sometimes some of the events, I'm not getting paid from some of these events.
I
It's literally
understand.
bartering and making sure, one, I can show the value of what we do first before I come do that.
Yeah.
So anybody that's out there just wants to be like, yo, how do you get to these corporate entities and these? They know what you want,
Yeah.
but also they don't have to give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't have to. You have to prove yourself.
It's not about money. It's
not
about
money.
opportunity,
It's
man.
about opportunity and giving people access and making something bigger than you. That's
There you go.
That's it.
God damn, man.
This was
That's
great.
what it is.
This was great. And you almost, how long was Lenore's?
I don't know.
You almost beat your girl's time.
Yeah, it was a minute.
So now it's you, Lenora, and Jack Freeman. Those
Man,
are
Jack
our
Freeman
top.
was a
Jack
long
Freeman
form.
has too many hilarious stories.
Yeah, he does.
So that's
and
why
we
I
got to
was
get
like,
him
we
back
can't stop.
on.
Yep.
He a PV alumni. I mean, look, showing you go to college, make connections. You can go somewhere with that. Like, you don't necessarily have to go the beaten path that everybody thinks you need to go. You just have to have a passion, have a plan, and figure it out. You can do it.
Yep.
I mean, reading with a rapper, it says on the back of the shirt, where culture meets the classroom.
Culture
And
meets
that's
the
what he's been doing. Once again, this is in my humble opinion. Carlton Banks, I believe. That's what I am. Yeah, Carlton Banks or Avery, like a very nice guy. Also there with Devon, just Devon.
That's me.
This has been Jarren. I'm sorry, Jarren.
Why do
Why do I keep wanting to? Why I want to
It's
do
French.
that?
It's French,
He
bro. It's
wants
all
to
good.
put a Jarron on it.
Jarron.
There's
Jarron.
Devon and
Jarron
Jarron.
and Jarron.
Yeah, Jarren Small. Once again, man, in my humble opinion, where the opinions aren't humbled, the words aren't jumbled. Bye.
Peace. Yeah.